In your country, are there any housing support policies targeting new urban residents or youth?
Yes, the Indonesian government have several different housing support policies designed for young families in Indonesia. And we have a large population, especially in the Western Java region, where many young people are still working towards getting their own property. So to support them, the government actively promotes subsidized housing programs to manage urbanization. And one of the main policies is subsidized mortgage, or we call it KPR bersubsidi. It's a program that helps low-income and young buyers to afford their first home. And by offering lower interest and a lenient down payment, people can finally buy their first house. And also, unlike many East Asian countries, Indonesians generally prefer landed private houses, or we call it rumah tapak. So rather than apartments, we give them a private house. And the government focuses on developing affordable housing complexes, primarily in the outskirts of major cities. These areas usually are located near the public transportation line, so it can support daily commuting and also support the urbanization of the surrounding region to develop further.
It's fascinating to see how policy adapts to cultural preferences, like the focus on landed houses. Hearing about these government initiatives makes me wonder about the human stories behind them. What story told in our episode gave you the deepest impression and why?
Okay, so I think all the stories were moving and inspiring, but if I had to choose, I would say the second story about Mr. Mai's family finally being able to have a stable, permanent home is just heartwarming to see. And their experience shows that how the government is genuinely trying to address long-standing housing problems and support families who need it the most. And I'm also amazed by how easy and accessible this subsidized housing application is. You can directly apply from your smartphone. And this program is just so inclusive and efficient. And seeing how smoothly the system works gives me hope that the initiative will continue to expand and help even more families in the future so everyone can have a secure place to call their home.
That's a powerful point about how a stable home provides more than just physical shelter. It offers emotional security. How is this concept reflected in your own culture?
Oh, so I can't really think of a specific saying at the moment, but Indonesians generally have a very strong familial ties. Our culture places great emphasis on being a filial child, and to see a happy, complete family living under one roof is as not just a physical shelter, but also an emotional security source is something that most Indonesians strive to have. And of course, this cultural value also comes with its own challenges because Indonesia consists of many islands, big and small, and it is very common for people to work far away from their hometowns. And many leave their family behind and move to big cities, working hard to support their parents and siblings. And this creates a high expectation for a younger generation to provide for the family and succeed financially, even if it means for a long period of time, they are separated from their family. So when we say a home is more than just a shelter, I understand it as a reflection of this cultural reality. A true home is where a family can finally be together, safe and comfortable. And it's something that Indonesians are willing to sacrifice and work tirelessly to just achieve.
Thank you. Indeed, a home serves as an emotional anchor. It seems that the ultimate goal of any housing policy, then, is to help people achieve that sense of security and belonging. With that human-centric goal in mind, what aspect of China's housing reform has your attention? For example, the implementation of the property tax or greater support for publicly subsidized rental housing.
Okay, so the aspect of China's housing reform that captures my attention the most is the expansion of publicly subsidized rental housings. I think it's important because affordable rental housing has become a major global issue. And I have lived in Beijing for a couple of years now. And one thing that always stood out to me is how rarely I see homeless people in public spaces. Over time, I realized that several factors may contribute to this situation. First off, China also places strong cultural value in family responsibility and mutual support, which means relatives often step up into helping someone with financial difficulties. And the second is the government policies, such as the public rental and targeted social assistance. This seems to play an important role in preventing homelessness. So all in all, I find the expansion of subsidized rental housing so significant. It represents a proactive approach instead of waiting for people to fall into extreme poverty before helping them. The system provides affordable, stable housing options that help maintain the social welfare and dignity. So looking ahead, I'm excited to see how China will continue improving accessibility, transparency, and long-term sustainability in this sector. And whether its experience can help address housing crisis in other countries as well.
Thank you. Thank you for this thoughtful discussion.